Is APE a good HODL? That is the question that we have today. Well, we are not Shakespeare, it's Jomo here, and we're going to discuss whether or not you should invest in APE for the longer term. Should you HODL it? And if so, how should you do it? And if you don't, so how might you trade it? Let's dive right into some fundamentals of the coin. APE coin, right now it's $1.50. If you can see over here, right, the peak, all right, was at $28, and we're now at $1.50 freaking cents. That is amazing how sometimes crypto can deliver such a shattering dream breaker of an asset. Wow, this was all the rage last year when it came out. Everyone and their moms wanted to trade it. Even we traded it. We made money on the long side in our group. We made money on the short side in our group because we understand that we don't fall in love with coins when everything's breaking down. Well, right now, things aren't breaking down too much. Of course, we have BTC now falling down. It might break below 25K again. And if that happens, maybe we'll revisit 20K again. So we do have some pressure from the market, but it's not the same pressure of what we had in 2022. It's a bit different. So in these times, it's actually a good idea to start looking at longer term holds. Now, if you ask me, I'm very oriented as a trader. I do have my long-term bucket, which is usually only Bitcoin and Ethereum. Sometimes I might think of other coins. For example, CAS is one that I'm hodling. Every time I make profits on it, I keep just 5% of the profits for longer term hold. But that is how I operate. If you are an APE coin lover, let's discuss it right now. One thing you must know before we continue is that there's only 36% of the circulation in supply right now, right? So 64% is still out there waiting to be vested, and that is a big overhead supply, and you need to know that. That's a big pressure on the supply. Right, let's dive right into it and see what we can see. So this is the longer term chart. We are right now on the weekly candles, right? This is the weekly candles, as you can see by over here. Each candle, each bar is 1 week, all right? And we can see off the bat something interesting. Look at this volume over here. This is the biggest volume bar, all right, I would say, since probably this one over here, which was quite bad, and since these ones over here, okay? Now, what does this mean? Well, it might mean capitulation, or it might mean that people just sold and out, and that is it, and we won't see any more downside. But it might mean that we are headed towards more downturn. Now, I will explain why. First of all, let's think about APE, right? What does it represent? ApeCoin represents Yoga Labs, right? And Yoga Labs is an NFT company, quite good NFT company, if I might say, okay? So they're not rug pulling, they're creating good value to the NFT space and so on and so forth. I'm not a big NFT guy, all right? I do dabble with it because it's just fun, but you need to understand that if you say NFT, Yoga Labs is at the top and they will keep on building. So that's a good thing if you are thinking about hodling, right? Now, bad things, all right? So first of all, let's write a good thing, all right? A good thing, good, pros, all right? Pros, right? Right? Yoga Lab, labs, all right? I would say Y Lab. Y Labs is a great company, all right? Let me just decrease this to 14%. Y Labs is a great company, and that's a good thing for the coin. That's the only good thing for the coin. So probably not a rug pull. Probably not a rug, all right? This is important. This is what's playing in the favor of the coin right now, because what we have is only the information that we have in front of us. Looking at the chart, it's not looking good. Big volume to the downside, prices declined 99% or something ridiculous, all right? There's still 70% of the supply out there, so bad things. So let's look at the cons, right? The cons, right? Cons. Come on, cons first. All right, so a lot of overhead supply on the chart of people that bought, all right, that bought and sold. So overhead supply is what we can see in the chart, and a lot of vesting to come, which is more overhead supply, right? Just different, right? So these are the cons, right? This is pro, that's this is contra, right? Pros is this is the counter, right? So that's another thing is, right? Price action is terrible. It's horrible, right? Terrible and horrible. Below the 200-day MA, all right, and the 150 is below the 200-day MA, and the price is below that. Just looks bad, looks shuddering, just doesn't look really good on the price action chart, right? Just doesn't look good. I'm sorry, I'm saying what I'm seeing, right? Because I said Yoga Labs is a great company on the NFT space, so I can say some good things. But we're looking right now on the chart, and the chart looks terrible. Let's look what we can do over here, right? We want to HODL. I'm going to the daily. Maybe we can see something a bit better, okay? Now on the daily, let me remove all the drawings, all right? Let me reset the chart for a second. And we can see that on the daily, we just dropped, right? We just dropped. We can see that this is the 200-day moving average. Yellow is 150, green is 50, and we have here the 20 and the 8, okay? So we can see over here, this is the big red day that came. We had a decrease, all right, from this red day of 20-something%, and now we're just hovering, right, over in these prices. Hovering over these prices. This is an egg action and not a tennis ball action. The difference is when I throw a tennis ball, it bounces right back up. That's a good thing in an asset. We have reactions all the time. This is not a reaction. This is me throwing an egg. It just splattered and it just remains on these levels, very low levels, if I might say. 1.5, $1.50. It's nothing, right? It's some people will consider it cheap. Right now, that is the trap many times of people saying, hey, it was 27, now it's 1.5, it's cheap. And I would argue, yes, it's cheap, all right? But what happens if it will go to 75 cents? You will lose 50% of your investment, all right? You will lose 50% of your investment before a potential rise up. Will you stomach it? Right? For me, I can't stomach that. For me, I cannot stomach anything that isn't sheer profit that goes down 50%, right? So you need to understand that, right? And looking at it, I will be honest, right now, I don't see any reason why to HODL, why to buy right now. We have here 11%, maybe 12%, maybe if you're really know something about ApeCoin and the company, and you really love this, maybe you buy now, but you put a stop, right? Do yourself a favor, put a stop below this low. This is a stop loss to make sure if you lost, no harm, no foul, right? Now, if you are less of a risk taker, because this is quite risky, what I would do is wait for price to confirm a low, all right, which this might be the low, and then maybe retest it again and then go back up. So what we did now is confirm this is a low that is holding, all right, that you have support on these levels, and you accumulate along the way. Maybe you buy over here once, all right, maybe then it comes again, tries to break out, doesn't break out, comes back again, and then you entered another one over here, or maybe you just do it monthly, doesn't matter, and then one day it will break out above this area, which was resistance, right? Maybe you break all of this all together someday, you know, you just break above it, and then that is a new era for Ape, right? And everything you accumulate over here, that's now a big profit. Maybe you bought on the breakout, and now you start accumulating each time that we retest that resistant turned support, right? Now, this is not you putting 100% of your capital once. This strategy, all right, is about putting a little bit of your longer term bucket capital each time. So if you are wrong, and you might be wrong many times, well, once hodling, you don't lose a lot and you don't lose your confidence, because the main thing is to stay in the game, right? The main thing is to stay in the game. Now, look what happened over here. This is something new. Now, if you hodled and you accumulate over here, perfect. But if you're looking to really be less risky in your accumulation, you should wait until the breakout of this area above the 2.5 and start accumulating here. This might even be a trade. We might get something of we might get something of a consolidation here and then a breakout, and then you can buy the breakout of these highs for a trade, sell into strength, right, and then leave 5% for a longer term HODL, right? Now, I hope you understand what I'm trying to do here. Let me just remove all this again. What we said over here is that right now we might have painted a low and you might be wanting to buy every time that we might, revisit this low. Let's put a heart, all right, or a star. Now you can buy here, all right, and then you can, maybe it happens again, all right, maybe it happens again later on, and you buy here again, all right, and then it happens again later on, and maybe you buy here again. And as long as this stop, all right, is not violated, you are accumulating, all right? Then something beautiful can happen. All this, which will be a kind of a pattern, probably that price will move sideways because we probably don't have a lot more sellers, not many buyers right now. One day we will break above this $2.5. Okay, now this $2.5 area is a support, all right, the 10 resistance right now. And once we break above it, I don't know when, all right, let's assume that this happens, you there, then something like this. Maybe you buy it here for the breakout, right? You trade it on the way up, you sell the majority over here, and then while it consolidates, you either keep 5%, this was a trade, right? And you continue accumulating every time we retest, right? Every time we retest these areas now over here, right? So now we're shifting, all right, to this new type hodling or accumulating on this new support line, right? So this is what I view for APE if you want to play it smartly, all right? Now, for me, I don't think of APE as nothing more than a potential trade in the future, so I won't be accumulating it, even though I know what crypto people love. They love meme coins, they love apes, they love frogs, they love dogs. So APE coin has a good future, I think, in the future, right? In the future, it has potential because it's an ape and it's a good company and it's a new coin, which is something I didn't put on the pros, but as a new coin, it has more potential because later on, it didn't have all this market cycle. So not many people still are disappointed about it. Yes, some people are disappointed because maybe they bought over here at the $27 area. Maybe everyone that bought here right now very much disappointed from it. But it's not a lot of people because it was on the bear. It was already bear market, kind of, or it was quite bear already. So not a lot of people participated in it. And it was quite a while ago, right? This action, if we measure it, we are here right now, already 476 days ago. So already 1 year and a half, you probably don't see these prices again for a year or two. These prices over here, I mean, or a year or 6 months. So this will be already 2 years back in the past. So that will be considered people disappointed. So that's the good thing about new coins. Not a lot of people disappointed, and people still see the potential value of the future. Many new type coins like this are the ones that gain super performance in the future. All right, everybody, I hope you liked what I say. Please give me a like and subscribe. I like the dopamine rush. It doesn't cost you shit, all right? I'm sorry for the word, but it doesn't cost you. Just put the like, put the subscribe, give me a dopamine rush, help me increase my business. And you know what? If you like what I do and you want to have a hand in hand with me, that's perfectly fine. You can join our community. Now, the beauty of our community is, first of all, it's easy to access. Just click on the link in the description or in the first comment, and it will send you directly to our Patreon, which is what you see right now on the screen. So you click on the link on the comment or the description, doesn't matter. It will take you here and you will just need to read about me a little bit if that's what you want and just choose a tier, right? We have 12 remaining over here, 4 remaining, 3 remaining. So just choose what's best for you. If you want to just try, you have 7 days free trial, go for the alpha trader and just see. What you get is always me, all right, in my best 24 hours a day doing the work for us in the community. Trades, right? Everything what I trade signals when to get in, when to get out. Long-term buckets, when to use them, how to use them, how to think like a trader, how to be the mentality of a trader. You want to join like-minded people. We know the power of crypto. We know how powerful crypto can be to make us long-term financially successful, right? Now, I already did this, all right? For me, this is already going to be a third cycle soon. So I'm well off for myself. What I want to do is take you to the ride with me, build this beautiful community, and let's make some gains together, all right? Why not? This is what I do for a living. This is my business. Join me in my business, in our community, and you will see why, even in one trade, and we have many examples of one trade, and I will show in a second, even in one trade, all right, you can make more than paying for this subscription for 1 year just in one trade. And you know what? You want me to walk the walk and not just talk the talk? I will show you. This is a trade we took just a couple of days ago, a few days ago, AKT, all right? You can see we bought on the blue line, always blue lines are entries above the 79 cents. We had a stop like always, all right? And you want to see how it looks like or how it looked like when we took profits. No worries. I'm going to take you to it right now because I want you to see how beautifully executed this was and how much money you can make just by one trade, right? Let's go back to our trading view. This is our APE. We talked about APE, but AKT, this is it. AKT, beautiful. Remember what I told you? We took the trade over here at 0.8 cents. Look at it now. Look at it now, right? We already took profits. We're out of the trade, but it made a potential 110% on this trade. We took an average of around 40 or 50% profit on one trade. So I tell you, I don't lie when I say that in one trade, and we have many of these trades, we have unsuccessful trade as well, but we have a fantastic ratio of being positive, making gains monthly, all right? So just by one trade, you can get back all your money that you invest in the subscription. So don't wait. All right, everybody, I hope you liked what I had to say. Remember, stay tight and no edge, no trade. Cheers, everybody.